Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. So I want to talk a little bit about transitioning either in the ring muscle up or the bar muscle up and how this relates like a clean and a snatch and all these other things. So we talk about how all of these exercises are just the same exercises over and over again, but we also have these little concepts that we use in this one that applies to all the other ones also. In this one, we just want to kind of think about it like a float and transfer, or a float and transition. So if I take this PVC pipe and throw it in the air, let's just kind of think about what this thing is doing. When I stop applying force to it, okay, it's when my hands are right here, it is at its max speed that it is going to be for the rest of the movement. From there, it decelerates and decelerates and decelerates and decelerates until it goes 0. And then it accelerates, accelerates, it accelerates. And the way gravity works, it'll be going the same speed, but in the opposite direction when it gets right back here. Okay, so what we're doing in a clean and in a snatch is we are squatting that bar up to the jumping position, jumping, driving it up right there. We're trying to put max force on the bar right there, because that's when we're done acting on it. From there, the bar is gonna decelerate, go 0, and if we did nothing, it would accelerate until it fell to the ground. But what we are doing is we drive it up. It is moving around, and it's going to go. It's weightless. We have this thing. We are going to pull on it when we're doing that, but not to lift it up, to pull our bodies around it and go get it. And our goal is to get that thing at 0 miles an hour. So it doesn't have any force coming down, no force. Up at that 0 point, nothing. It's just like getting under the rack and just taking it out of the rack, no force on the bar. So on a muscle up and a ring muscle up, bar muscle up and a ring muscle up, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use that moment of we're done acting on ourselves to kind of go up, and now the move is to manipulate our body weight around. So as I swing, I'm generating power, and as I throw my hips up, I'm launching myself, generated that power, now I'm launching myself up in the air. As I'm launching myself up in the air, I start to pull, and then I want to kind of look at it like, even though I'm going to pull through the transition, I want to look at it as that's the move, the swing, the hip throw and an arm, little arm pull, the first bit of the arm pull. That is all I'm doing to get myself to go up. So one of the mistakes we see, and we see in the slow-mo videos we do all the time, is people try and pull themselves up and then transition. And that would be like trying to pull the bar up and then transition. It doesn't really work like that. We want to take advantage of the momentum we put on the bar, because that gives us time to go get it. Same thing. We're going to swing, we're going to kip, we're going to pull a little bit. That's going to float us up. You'll also see this in the butterfly pull-up, and that's why the butterfly pull-up is so much more efficient than the C-kip pull-up, because that's all you do. Then you float the rest of the way up. You're not pulling anymore. It's just momentum takes you up. Go to the bottom, get tight, do it again. And in the C-kip, we got to pull the whole way through, so the butterfly pull-up ends up being way less muscle. But anyway, going back to the muscle-up, throw it, pull it. Now our momentum is going up. As it's going up, now my pulling motion is not getting me to go up anymore. My momentum is already enough to get me high enough to do the transition. So that's no longer the priority. Now it's that same thing. Now the priority is pull on the thing, the bar or the rings, to manipulate my body weight around. So now I've got the momentum going up. So now I'm going to continue kind of doing the pull push and sending my hips back. Notice pull, sending my hips back, a snatch. What are we doing? Pull, push, sending my hips back. Same things. So I've got my body weight going up. I'm going to pull, push, send my hips back to get into the receiving position. So think about it as it's not pulling to the bar and transitioning. It's starting the momentum up, floating to the bar, and as I'm floating to the bar, using the bar to transition. I know it sounds very, very similar, but it looks very, very different. So hopefully you'll be able to see it on the videos here. It's create that upward momentum And when you're done acting with that upward momentum, now it's time to act on it to reposition your weight, because your weight is going to continue going up in the air. You've already put that force on there. Hope that helps. Talk to y'all soon.